What's going on YouTube? Scott here, 504-Man Fragrance Reviews, coming back at you from New Orleans, Louisiana. Budget-friendly fragrances, alternatives, cheaper alternatives to niche and or designer fragrances. Who doesn't like to save money? We're going to start a series once a week. I'm going to spotlight an indie and or inspiration / clone house and give you guys some ideas of what's out there that can save you money. So without further ado, let's get into week one, the first house. Stay tuned. Welcome back, folks. First house that we're going to talk about is from my good buddy, Michael Densmore. Everybody knows Michael Densmore in the groups, one of the best guys in the fragrance community, hands down. So from his channel, Makin Scents, Mike has started to make his own interpretations of niche and or designer fragrances at a super friendly price point. And so it's from Makin Scents. It's his version of niche and or designer fragrances. And listen, I have maybe 50 of his stuff. Mike and I have worked together, not making the fragrances, but on naming the fragrances. It's been so much fun. We've had a blast. But I've sent Mike money for every single fragrance that I have on my shelf. And I have a 6-foot shelf, actually 8-foot shelf by 6.5 feet tall. And it goes from one side to the next, all the way on the top. It's all Makin Scents stuff, and I love it, man. Every time Mike orders something and comes out with something, I jump on it. And a lot of you guys know Tim Greathouse from the groups. He also is a super huge fan of Michael and his stuff, and he posts a lot of his scents of the day, and a lot of his stuff is from Mike. So I know you guys have seen those out there. I've been posting a lot of stuff on Mike's stuff because it's just that damn good, you know, to be honest with you. They're all EDP concentration. Mike uses, I think, anywhere from 18 to 20, maybe 23% oil. They have lasting power. They perform great. And most of them are one-to-one comparisons with the niche and or designer that he tries to recreate. So, you know, his presentations on his 17 mLs look like this. This is Hellraiser. This is his version of Victor & Rolf Spice Bomb Extreme. Very good fragrance. I wore this as my scent of the night last night. I have the original, and it's damn close. You know, I mean, that's the whole point of making these. The price point for 17 ml, which is this size, you're looking at $20. You know, and the concentration is so strong that these last. You don't need to overspray these things, so they will last you a long time. You know, he's $45, I think, for a 30 ml. Oh, actually, no, $45 for a 50 ml and $30 for a 30 ml. So the price point is actually perfect. And the 30 mls are like this. You know, this is a special edition 30 ml. This is Tom Ford's Tobacco Oud. I have Tobacco Oud on the shelf, and this is probably one of the better inspirations of Tobacco Oud that I've ever come across. I mean, this is an absolute monster of a fragrance. I mean, it's right on the money. It really is. You know, his line ranges, like I said, from niche and designer. You know, so you have things like what we called ice castles, which is an interpretation of Memo, Paris, Winter Palace. You know, just cool, cloudy blue juice. You know, you shake it up to get it activated. You don't have to activate it to spray it, but this is one of the first batches that came out, and I think I may have the only one that's like this, but this is super cool, man. And it's Winter Palace. I mean, just bright, nice tea note. This is a beautiful lemongrass tea fragrance. I mean, this is awesome. I mean, Mike's stuff is really, really, really good. Mike is like a mad scientist. You know, he studied and studied and studied and spent hours and hours and hours and hours researching how to create fragrances. And you know, he's done it right. He's really done it right. You know, I mean, he's got things like, which is Risk, which is an interpretation of Raja Parfum's Danger. You know, this was one that him and I talked about a lot, because this is one of my favorite fragrances. And he said, Scott, I'm going to get it, and we're going to make it. And this is beautiful, man. I have another Clone House's version of it, and this stacks up 100% with it. This is awesome. He's got things like from the House of Creed. He's got their version of Green Irish Tweed, which is called Irish Countryside. This is a beautiful, versatile fragrance, and I have the original, and I have 2 other inspirational houses of this, and this one is right on the money. I mean, it really is right on the money. So listen, you really can't go wrong with good quality inspirational houses. And Mike, in my opinion, is a very high quality inspirational house. I mean, his presentation in bottling is second to none. Beautiful labels, beautiful heavy duty glass bottles. And look, you may even be able to get a personalized label, like I have on some of mine. I mean, this is some good stuff. You see the 504 man here. These are some of the first batches that Mike made, Amouages and this Tom Ford Tobacco Oud for me. But he's got some discontinued fragrances that you can no longer find on the market that he's pretty much hit the nail on the head with, and very, very, very good stuff. And Mike's such a humble guy that he doesn't really push his fragrances. So I believe that he deserves to get a push, and that's why I'm pushing him first in this series. So go check him out. I'll leave a link down to his website below. It's makinscents.net. That's MAKINSCENTS.net. I'll leave a link put to the website down below. Go over and check him out. Look through all of his stuff. Easy to navigate website. The made-up names are on the website first. If you click it, it'll let you know what it's an inspiration of. He has a little description of what the fragrance smells like. Drop-down bar. You could pick your option of what size you want to get. Super cheap, like I said, $20 for a 17 ml, $30 for a 30, and $45 for a 50. If there's something that you really, really, really dig out there and you really want to get, maybe one of these discontinued fragrances that you can no longer get on the open market, you may want to pick up a 50 ml so you'll have it. Go check him out. That's Michael Densmore over at Makin Scents, the first spotlighted indie/inspirational clone house in this series. I thank y'all so much for tuning in today. Do me a favor, if you're new to the channel, hit the red button down below, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Follow me over on Instagram at 504man Reviews. And like I always say at the end of my video, folks, keep smelling good. Go check out Makin Scents. You're going to smell damn good. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.